Okay, and we're finally back. First off, I'm just going to say right now, this entire video I'm commentating on after the fact. I had so many problems trying to record this damn part of Sonic Generations. I just had to decide to do commentary after the fact, so I've never done a video in this style before. It could all go completely wrong, but here we go. Seaside Hill, classic Sonic, let's roll. And one thing I really do like about this level is they decided to sneak it in as a little water level, which we only really see water and chemical plant and here, so it's always nice. Especially because it reminds me a lot of Hydrocity, or Hydro City. However you choose to say it, Hydro City is right, but it's not, but still. But yeah, there are a lot of really nice callbacks, such as fans pushing you through the level, as well as being able to hold on to pipes that break and whatnot, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, it's been a while since our last update on YouTube. The Sonic Marathon really is to blame. It kind of knocked me off schedule, but for good reason. We raised a decent amount of money for Child's Play, so all's good, right? And I got some Sonic practice, so that's also all good. It was a lot of fun, and I'd like to thank every last one of you who tuned in and took part, donated, chatted with us, and whatnot. But yeah, that spike pit there always gets me. Even when I know it's there, it still gets me. You can't really do much about it. What you can, I can't. I'm just bad at video games. But I'm good enough to record them and talk over them on YouTube. Well, there's not really any quality control there, is there? So no one's going to tell. Well, all of you are going to tell me I'm bad. That's the comments on YouTube, isn't it? Nah. I love you guys. Sometimes. Depending on what you write. So there are a lot of little paths throughout this level. I've never really... I'm not good at staying on the top path in this level. I usually end up getting stuck down below, and this bit... This is just a blatant callback to Hydrocity, come on. How can you not see that? And I died quite miserably there, but still. I also can't help but notice, now after the fact, I have two shields I never actually use, so... Smart Zack. Smart Zack indeed. And rolly rocks. Because that's what every Sonic game is missing, it needs more rolly rocks. Except, actually, quite a few Sonic games have rolly rocks. Maybe they need less rolly rocks. I can't remember if there's a rolly rock in Sonic 06. If there wasn't, there should have been one. That would have saved the entire game. If there was, it needs to be gone. Oh wait, no, I did crack a shield there right at the end. Yeah. So as far as Seaside Hill goes, I quite like the classic part of Seaside Hill. Mostly because it calls back to my favourite stage in Sonic history, Hydrocity. I just have a lot of love for that level. It was a water level that was fast-paced and fun, and I never had to worry about drowning, because, you know, there's water shields and you're just moving in and out of the water so fast. If you're spending enough time to drown in Hydrocity, you're not very good at games. And on to Modern Sonic's version of Seaside Hill, which I'm going to be honest, I'm going to come out right with it now, I don't like very much. This stage kinda... it's just kinda meh. There's nothing bad with it. Well, there's a few bad bits about it, but it just doesn't grab me. It's not bad, it's just meh. Well, I'll talk about it when we get to that part of the level. But as we did just see at the very beginning, we have also just, well, We didn't unlock it because we could do it from the very start anyway, and in fact I believe I did in the very first video. But as you can see here, wall jumping. This is when the game makes you aware of wall jumping. You could always do it if you see the right wall panels. You can't just do this on any old wall, it has to be a specific set of walls you can jump between. But now the game has made it apparent, it showed you your little tutorial video, it's free game. And those cannons are back from Sonic Heroes, as is everything in this level, so I don't know why I bothered to point that out. But in the original Sonic Heroes, depending on who you entered the cannons with, it would change where the cannon shot you. That, needless to say, doesn't happen in Generations because you're always Sonic. The cannons always take you to the same place. As far as I'm aware, there might be a cannon that doesn't. Nah. There's not. And that little badnik there is kind of a jerk. Well, usually he likes to electrocute himself just as I'm jumping at it, but that's because I'm impatient and don't stop. When I do actually time it right, as you just saw, I completely fail and fall into the bushes. If I had got that right, we'd be on the top bit there, but as you can see, if you get a turtle on that, you end up going down on the bottom path, which frankly I think is more fun. But if you get the car, then you get a racetrack. You race, you use the little car you had in Sonic Heroes, you know, sans the Knuckles and Tails parts. This is just kind of really boring though. You know, it's no Sega and Sonic All-Stars Racing, no one expected it to be. It's kind of meh. It's neat, I suppose, but I always end up taking the bottom path. I'd like to say by choice. Most of the time it's by choice. Sometimes it's because I just fail. But I managed to grab that car path and show it to you guys, so it's all good, it's all good. I do really like how they managed to mix the intro stages of Sonic Heroes into one nice representation of the game. Because if it was just the very first level of Heroes, it would just be pretty much a Green Hill Zone copy. But with that out of the way, we have cleared the third stage of the... I was going to say Dreamcast era, but Heroes wasn't on the Dreamcast. We'll go with Dreamcast era anyway. Just because the other two are, and it kind of fits. And as you saw, the first time we had cleared an area, we had to go and do challenges. I decided this time it's probably a better idea if I just skip the challenges completely until the end, and then I'll do an extra video and show off all the unique character-related challenges, so we don't slow down the actual playthrough at all. And Time Eater's back, doing what Time Eater does, just showing off, you know, cruising by.
It tears space apart, leaving the areas empty and dead, and sticking them in this weird white limbo. When the
Oh, classic Tails. You're kinda cute.
Space, returning color and life.
We did that.
And I guess we have to run like there's no
I mean me and Sonic, you idiots didn't do anything. Don't try and take my achievement away from me. And of course we just saved Espio.
It's a mighty foe to trap a ninja. Be on your guard, Sonic.
Always am, Espio, always am. You were the best in Knuckles Chaotix. I'll say it now. He could run on the ceiling. It's pretty awesome. You gotta give Espio that. So, of course, we don't just have a boss battle. We have a rival battle, and who else could it be but Shadow the Hedgehog? And he doesn't really have any reason to fight you other than just to be a dick. So, you know, Good going there, Shadow. And this intro sequence to this fight is just... it's just awesome. It's so on. So this is a reimagining of the Sonic vs. Shadow battle in Sonic Adventure 2. If you couldn't tell, I imagine most of you have played that game. The major difference being Sonic and Shadow can both boost. Shadow hasn't been able to boost, but in past games, but we haven't really seen him while the boost has been active, I suppose. The aim of this is, instead of just spamming Shadow with homing attacks in Sonic Adventure 2, what you want to do is boost, grab that little ball of energy. You need 2 on normal mode to fill your charge meter, so as you can see, Shadow's already got 1. You want to get them before him, because he will really fuck you up. So you just boost, take all the shortcuts you can. You could try and attack Shadow, he'd lose rings. It's mostly pointless, because to win against Shadow you need to make him lose all his rings. The easiest way to do that is to charge, and as we are fully charged, we go into Sonic power-up mode. What you want to do here is just keep boosting and sidestep into the meteorites. So they smash, home after Shadow, and slow him down. The problem I ran into when I first did this is I started to try and homing attack them when the little green ring showed up around the meteorites, and that just completely messed me up because it would slow me down and I wouldn't catch up. But what you really need to do is just keep boosting, hit the meteorites, and then just run into him. I jumped a couple of times there, that was dumb and unnecessary, because all you need to do is this. He loses all his rings, he fails, and he just... That's what he gets for being a dick, really. And of course, Sonic just runs off, you know, he doesn't really care about Shadow, he's just lying there. We're gonna get our S rank, we're gonna get our Chaos Emerald, it's all good. And with that out of the way, as I've said, we're not doing challenges this video, so we get to move on to the actual boss fight of this video. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty cool. The suspense, guys. The suspense is killing me. Who could it be? Let's just think about this for a second, guys. Oh yes. It is Perfect Chaos, the last boss of Sonic Adventure. And it has the bitching tunes. A remix of the bitching tunes. Just the first time I fought this boss, I heard the music, I saw all this, I was really pumped. I really like this boss fight. Basically, you just gotta, at the start of this anyway, reach the end of this little obstacle course and boost into Chaos to do damage to him. You fight him in, well, you attack him in similar ways as you did in Sonic Adventure. You boost into him, spin up, and blast through his head. And one other note I'd like to make. In Sonic Adventure, you had to be Super Sonic to beat Chaos. This time around, we actually beat regular Sonic, so either Chaos is getting weak in his old age, or our little blue hedgehog has been powering up significantly. Take that, Chaos. We're better than you. Can't hold on much longer. Yeah, I'm really fighting to not sing along, because that would be not only incredibly embarrassing, but really bad form. That's the point, we didn't run into him that time, we homing attacked his little horn. So that's another way you can go about damaging him. Forgot about that one, but even so. You do want to keep boosting on this water, because if you don't, you're going to drown. And that is quite, you know, it's not helpful, really, when you're trying to fight a beast made of water. You don't want to drown. You'd be dead. I don't really know where I was going with that. Just like the original boss fight also, the music decides at the end it wants to stop, you know, letting you hear Open Your Heart. It doesn't want you to get pumped up, it's going to play this odd music. It's a nice touch, I really quite like that they kept that in. Because as odd as the decision was, it's just kinda, you have to have it now. And there we go, Perfect Chaos is done. This is, like I said, really nice boss fight. It's one of my favourite in the game, just because I really like the callbacks, and it's a pretty damn epic fight. What rank did we get? Let us see. A rank, S rank, best rank. That's just how we roll here. And with that boss completed, we've completed the Dreamcast era. In fact, we're moving on to the modern era. That'll be fun, but that is for another video. So for now,
You're doing great, Sonic.
let's
You mean you're doing great, Sonic?
let's see their celebration.
Right. I may never get used to that.
You don't really have to. We're not sticking around forever. Oh, I do wonder what that world is. We'll get to that at a later point in time.
That monster sure didn't like that emerald. Those things have come in handy in the past. We've already got a couple, but we need that emerald.
That we do, Tails, that we do.
Go over there and check it out. I bet you can bring that Chaos Emerald back.
Really, guys, what is that world? It is...
And I bet
I'm
you double
intrigued.
we're gonna need all 7 emeralds.
That's usually the way things work, Tails.
You guys have your work cut out for you.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
Hells yeah. So with that, guys, after the epic Sonic bump, we'll be seeing you next time in the modern era of Sonic Generations. What are those levels? We'll see. We'll see.